Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, well, I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Got his man in the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Grabbed behind the line. It's Reed. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Leaves it with the back. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the 1, you get the first down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense has the ball for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback.
Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The returner brings it out to the 30, and the Pittsburgh offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. He's looking to throw it. He looks that one in nicely.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Wants to throw. It's Holstein. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smart. You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter.
Good enough for a first down.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
Virginia Tech, 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Panthers!
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. NC State was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Wolfpack performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The offense set for a first down play. Movement here from the tight end. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Drones. Quick completion on the out. At midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, entered the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down.
And I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. Off the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And they had so much success moving the football down the field. Now you're a little bit stuck. Negative play, back to back. Got to get back to some of that stuff you did on this drive that you had success with.
Third and goal from way back there. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Hokies. Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You could see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they execute.
Lets it fly. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Ready to fire from the pistol. Quick pass on the fly motion. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
The defensive front had that one smelled out from the beginning, and the fullback went fully backward.
Nowhere to go. That's a quick-hitting play, too. You get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit somebody fast. Nowhere to go.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. First down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Now adjusting. Quarterback got enough space. He sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
How about this? They go empty 5 wide on 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And the Panthers get the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing complete.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out quickly. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Right down the middle. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. They're going to throw it again. On the move, he fires. It's complete. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. He's going to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Pitt. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
16, Virginia Tech, 14.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. To throw, it's Drones. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You can tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And it's good from 58 yards out.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Lofts one high and deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Blacksburg.
Pitt will kick off, ready to get things started here in the 3rd quarter. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run. The Hokies want to crank the tempo.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big. When he gets that handoff going to the right, he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
The play-action fake. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. If nothing available, scramble, give me an easy first down.
He breaks a tackle.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
At the 18-yard line. Brings up third down.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Scanning the field, it's Drones. Finds a man on the right. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. And the Hokies will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
After a drive this long, a field goal would be demoralizing at this point. It's 3rd and goal. Keeps looking downfield. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Got him downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And first down for the offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll leave it with him. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Handoff to the fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play,
he hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, you get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Line gets set, first down. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Drones. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. He'll work his way down to the 28. The Hokies moving quickly to the line. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But when they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance, it's when they have their best teams.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Hokies are flying down the field. Give to the running back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's a quick throw out to the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take...
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies.
Wow, what a play. We're going to need to see that again to make sure he makes this catch and gets the foot in bounds. That was a great acrobatic play, understanding where you're at on the field to make that big catch.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Might be looking to run. And the pass falls incomplete. That's how we'll wrap up the third quarter of play. But now, time for the fourth quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. The quarterback scrambled around with the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside.
And he makes the catch inside the 25. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw, trying to get to it. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
Well, and you can tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the 1st down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the 1st down.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Snags it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
What a phenomenal individual effort, too. Getting the catch, getting the foot down in bounds. He's now setting up.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All 3rd downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to win this game.
This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Off play action. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That return literally is going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell.
The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Makes the grab. It's Williams. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And this is the time where I'm a defense. I'm slow to get up. I'm making sure I stay on that offensive player. I'm trying to eat up as much clock and make this offense burn as much clock power as I can.
This coaching staff right now, you know they're looking at the analytics too, right? How many timeouts do we have left? Do we want to think about dialing up some play calls that get guys catching the football or get the ball out of bounds to stop the clock? You've got a good rhythm right here. You're in a good position of the field to go win this thing, but you've got to be really smart with your play calls.
They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this third down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, tempo is going to be a big deal right now, but fourth down coming up, trailing, you have to dial up the right play right here, Dan.
And first things first, you got to get the first down. Like, I got to convert this fourth down. The clock is irrelevant at that point. Then I got to kick it in high gear, make some plays, and getting scoring position to try to take the lead.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. To the air, it's Holstein. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Who can you count on those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Pass is incomplete. No good on the two-point conversion. They tried to stretch this lead out to a field goal, but they're still up by one. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Trying to find his man on first down. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And go, they've got the...
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
And he makes the catch. It's a deuce. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
You got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the...
He's going for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Dropping back, it's Holstein. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback moving. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. scoreboard operator got a workout in